All right, today we're cracking open a book that's been shrouded in mystery for centuries. I'm talking about the Şems'ül Maarif. For hundreds of years, this text, its name meaning the sun of great knowledge, has been the subject of so many whispers. A source of awe, fascination, and, let's be honest, a little bit of fear.
So you gotta wonder, right? What is this book that people have been talking about in hushed tones for so long? Well, let's pull back the curtain. We're talking about a work from the 13th century, penned by a pretty mysterious scholar named Ahmed bin Ali al-Buni.
Okay, so to really get a handle on what's going on here, we're going to break it down. We'll look at the mysterious book itself, the secret code of letters and numbers it's based on, those famous talismans and vefs, the power behind them, and finally, what it all means today.
Okay, first up, the mysterious book itself. So what is the Şems'ül Maarif? I mean, the sun of great knowledge. That's a pretty bold title, right?
So, if you're thinking this is just some old book of spells, you've got to adjust that picture. It's way more complex. Think of it as a kind of user manual for reality. The core idea, the whole foundation, is that the universe isn't random. It's a coded message from the divine. And al-Buni believed that if you could learn to read that code, you could understand, well, everything.
So how do you even begin to crack a cosmic code like that? Well, according to this book, the key isn't some far-out, unobtainable thing. It's hidden in plain sight, in the letters and numbers we use every single day.
And this idea is absolutely central to everything we're going to talk about. It's a field of study called Ilm al-Huruf, the science of letters, and it's a huge concept. It proposes that the Arabic alphabet, it's not just for writing. The letters themselves are believed to be the raw material of creation, like literally the building blocks God used to bring the universe into being. Each one vibrates with its own unique energy, its own piece of divine power. And check this out. Here's a perfect example of what I mean. See this page? It's connecting the letter Nun with the phrase Nur ush-Shams, or the light of the sun. Now, this isn't just a clever rhyme or a pun. For the author, the letter is the energy. The sound, the shape, the very idea of Nun acts like an antenna, channeling the cosmic power of the sun. Once you get that, the whole book starts to make a different kind of sense.
So you can see there are kind of two levels to reality here. There's the surface level, where, letters make words and numbers are for counting. Simple enough. But then there's this hidden, deeper level that the book is all about. On that level, letters are packed with cosmic energy and divine power. And numbers? They're the secret language, the math that reveals the structure of creation and the true nature of God's names.
Okay, so we have this secret code of letters and numbers, but how do you actually use it? Well, that brings us to the part of the book everyone knows about, or at least thinks they know about, the talismans and what are called divine vefs.
Right, these intricate diagrams are called vefs. You've probably seen something like them before, maybe called magic squares. But we need to be really clear here. These are not just good luck charms or decorations. In the logic of this book, a vef is a piece of spiritual technology. It's an engine, carefully engineered to draw in and focus very specific cosmic energies.
And this just shows you how complex they can get. Look at these two. The one on the left is for the divine name Al-Rahman, which means the most merciful. The one on the right is for Az-Zahir, the manifest. The main thing to notice is the precision. Nothing here is just thrown together. Every single number, every letter is placed according to exact calculations to create a sort of spiritual tuning fork, vibrating at a specific frequency.
And they don't just use divine names as a power source. This one, for example, is built around the Ayatul Kursi, or the throne verse from the Quran, a verse known for its immense power. So this vef is designed to be a shield, to tap into the protective energy of that specific verse and channel it for whoever holds it. So how do you actually make one of these? Well, it's a very specific step-by-step process. First, you pick your power source. Let's say it's one of God's names. Then you use that whole science of letters thing to convert the name into a number. Next, you have to arrange those numbers in this special grid, this vef, so that all the rows and columns add up to the same value. And finally, it's not on until you activate it with special prayers and rituals. It's really all about taking something spiritual and abstract and making it real, tangible, using math as the bridge.
Okay, so we've got these incredible spiritual engines. But what's the fuel? Where does all this power that they're channeling actually come from? What's the ultimate source? And on this, the book is crystal clear. The power isn't in the square or the numbers themselves.
all of the power comes from God. And specifically, it flows through what are known as the Esmaul Husna, the 99 beautiful names of God in Islam. The idea here is that these names aren't just titles. They are the actual attributes of God, the different ways his power manifests in the universe.
So you can think of the Şems'ül Maarif as a kind of spiritual toolbox. Each of God's 99 names is a different tool for a different job. You need help with finances, you would invoke Er-Razak, the provider. You're looking for insight or knowledge, you'd turn to El-Alim, the all-knowing. Each name is a direct line to a specific divine quality.
And boom, here it all comes together. This is the vefk for Er-Razak, the provider, the one we just mentioned for sustenance. So you see the whole chain, right? The name is the power plant. The science of letters is the wiring that converts that power into numbers. And the vefk. The vefk is the device you plug in, designed to focus that specific energy of provision right here into our world.
So, we've gone through the letters, the numbers, the vefs, the divine names, which leads to the big question, doesn't it? Why are we still talking about this book 800 years later? What is it about the Şems'ül Maarif that still captures our imagination and stirs up so much debate?
I think the answer is that it's just not one thing. It's a whole bunch of things all rolled into one. It's part deep philosophical text, part how-to manual for, you could say, spiritual alchemy, using a divine connection to change your own reality. It's this incredible mashup of ancient mystical ideas, all filtered through an Islamic lens. It really just paints this picture of a world where the spiritual and the physical aren't separate at all. They're constantly bleeding into one another.
And that leaves us with the big question that has followed this book for centuries. Is it a roadmap to a deeper spiritual connection? Or is it a forbidden book of magic? You know, maybe its real power isn't in the secrets it claims to hold. Maybe the reason it endures is because it speaks to that deep, timeless human need to look out at this huge, mysterious universe and believe that there's a hidden order to it all, and that we just might have a key to understanding it.